we want to recognize our sponsors today, Capital Health Plan and Capital Home Health, for their sponsorship of our volunteer appreciation event. We're grateful for their support in recognizing our wonderful volunteers. I also like to thank, and on behalf of our Tallahassee Senior Center staff, we are honored to be able to share our volunteer recognition, honoring our 5, 10, 15, 20, and 30-year volunteers this year. I am, again, Aide Carol Beal, Volunteer Services Coordinator with the Tallahassee Senior Center. And I will be hosting this event and welcoming and honoring all of our volunteers. We're very excited to honor our fabulous and wonderful volunteers virtually today. Each year, the Tallahassee Senior Center recognizes our volunteers for their years of service milestones during our Silver Stars event. This year, of course, this being an unprecedented year due to the pandemic, we were unable to have our Silver Stars event and meet in person. And we wanted to honor our volunteers. So earlier today, we hosted a drive-through volunteer recognition appreciation luncheon for our volunteers. And this presentation will be posted on the Tallahassee Senior Center website and available for you to share with your friends and family, regardless of where they live. So we appreciate and value our volunteers for their time, energy, passion, and enthusiasm they give to help us fulfill our mission at the Senior Center in our 13 neighborhood sites. Our volunteers fill a variety of roles, from teaching to supporting to leading, in all of their diversity. They share the common trait of welcoming others into our community we know as the Senior Center. It is my pleasure this afternoon to share with you our outstanding volunteers. Our wonderful and committed volunteers make it possible for us to serve our senior community. This past fiscal year, our volunteers, this past year, our volunteers together invested more than 9,741 hours at a value of $265,000 to our programs and services over this year. This afternoon, we will be recognizing our volunteers who have reached that milestone in their volunteer service with us. 5, 10, 15, 20, and a 30-year volunteer. We want them to know how much we truly and gratefully appreciate all they give and all they've given. So with that, I will now recognize and honor our 5-year volunteers. Cindy Brown, Special Events. Anya Byrne, Special Events. David Byrne, Special Events. Rip Colleen, Ping Pong. Doug and Melanie Carson, Foundation Board and Special Events. Meena Chadha, Special Events. Jenny Chandler, Line Dance Instructor. Annie Lee Davis, LCSO Labeler. Chuck Davis, Capital Twirlers. Lynda Dickens, Pickleball. Carolyn Franklin, Seniors versus Crime. Albert Green, Miccosukee Lunch and Learn. Becky Griffin, Gap Advisory. Weta Harmon, LCSO Advisory. Susan Hutchison, Greeter and Special Events. Rosetta Land, Greeter, Receptionist. Margie Marcel, Tai Chi Assistant. Frankie McLaughlin, Tai Chi Assistant. Christine Nye, AARP Tax Aide. Ida Smith, GAP Volunteer, Grandparents' Parents Volunteer. Susie Steele, Lunch Assistant. Katherine Wagner, Tai Chi Assistant. Diane Wunderlich, AARP Tax Aide. Those were our 5-year volunteers. Thank you, 5-year volunteers, for volunteering with us for 5 years. Your greatness is not what you have, it's what you give. Thank you for giving your time and sharing your time with us. We will now honor our 10-year volunteers. Dana Bowermeister, Special Events. E. Cleare, Advisory Council. Marilyn Kane, Ceramics. Katherine and Glenn Mingledorf, Advisory Council and Special Events. Joanne Reque, Life Exercise. Mary Sargent, Ceramics. Tina Shaw, Canasta. Lou Wilson, Leon County Senior Outreach Advisory. Penny Young, Teacher, English as a Second Language. Thank you so much, our 10-year volunteers. Your gift of time is priceless. We thank you for volunteering with us for 10 years. We will honor our 15-year volunteers. Maxine Kendrick, AARP Tax Aide. Mary Katie Moore, Library. Cleaver Wilson, Leon County Senior Outreach, Miccosukee. Thank you, our 15-year volunteers. We know that volunteers do not necessarily have time, they just have the heart, and we appreciate you and thank you for volunteering with us for 15 years. Honoring our 20-year volunteers, we have 4 20-year volunteers. Calvin Bender, Legal Services of North Florida Attorney. Bob Taylor, Helping Hands. Vi Taylor, Special Projects. And Kim Van Welden, Senior Singers Leader. Thank you, 20-year volunteers, for volunteering with us for 20 years. We know that those who bring sunshine to the lives of others cannot keep it from themselves. So thank you for volunteering with us for 20 years. We have one 30-year volunteer that we will be honoring this evening. Miss Martha Farmer, Helping Hands. Miss Martha Farmer has been volunteering with the Senior Center for 30 years, and we do appreciate her and thank her for all that she does. Martha, Miss Farmer has given us a few words that she wanted to share with us about her 30 years volunteering with the Senior Center. She says that she thinks that it is a nice place for seniors to go for fun and games. It's a safe place to meet other seniors. She loves the lunchtime there, and she enjoys sewing and making quilts and crocheting and embroidery and all of the activities and the bus trips that we provide. Thank you so much, Miss Martha, for volunteering with us for 30 years. We do have some other volunteers that wanted to share what the Senior Center has meant to them. Lou Wilson is our 10-year volunteer. Lou says when he thinks of the Tallahassee Senior Center, the words and phrases that come to mind for him are commitment to the senior community, caring and compassion, active living to enhance the quality of living. Lou also said that the Senior Center staff and their commitment to helping others and the incredible variety of programs and services that the Senior Center offers. And what inspires him to become a volunteer at the Senior Center was knowing that there was this beautiful place where the dedication and heartfelt commitment, which became apparent with everyone he encountered at the Senior Center. He also mentioned our director, Sheila Salyer, and her strong right arm, and really her compassion and dedication to helping the aging community. Thank you, Lou, for those wonderful, kind words, and glad we are here for you and our senior community. Maxine Kendrick also shared some words with us about her experience with the Senior Center. When she thinks of the Senior Center, she thinks of dedicated, caring staff, community, family for seniors, and activities and education. It's a welcoming environment for volunteers. Thank you, Maxine, for those comments and your expression of kindness with the Senior Center. Vi Taylor also wanted to share some words with us, and she felt like she got the most satisfaction by attending exercise classes. Our exercise classes with our excellent instructors, including Mr. Brinkley, she said. The lifelong learning classes, she attends those, and how excellent and reasonably priced they are. We also had a word of expression from our 20-year volunteer, Calvin Bender. Calvin Bender wanted us to know that his 20-year service at the Senior Center was something that no one could take from him, that it was always there for him to cheer him up and to get support with his faith. And of course, there were other things available to prop his faith, but nothing so beyond the 20 years that he has volunteered with the Senior Center. And his thanks to the Senior Center and all those who kept it going for him for the last 20 years. Thank you, volunteers, for those wonderful comments that you've shared with us. In closing, on behalf of the Tallahassee Senior Center, I want to thank and recognize our Senior Services Foundation Board and our Advisory Council for their service at the Senior Center and in the community. Our Foundation Board members are Doug Carlson, President, Carol Thompson Riley, Vice President, AJ Chadha, Treasurer, Edna Owens, Secretary, Scott Carroll, immediate past President, Danielle Buchanan, Jim Davis, Nina Davis, Marcel Green, Kayla Hardy, Jeannie Martin Armstrong, Elder Martinko, Jane Parsons, Miko Rice, and Lynda Roberts. Thank you, Foundation Board. Our Advisory Council, Steve Gagney, Chair, Abby Moon, Secretary, Jill Sandler, Steve Bloomsack, E.N. Cleare, Nancy Godat, Joan Keene, Tony Kilgore, Gina McQueen, Steve Rollin, Annie Roll, Bernie Smith, and Dr. Antonio Terraciano. I'd like to thank all of our volunteers, all of our advisory council. Thank you for volunteering with the Senior Center. We appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for helping us honor our volunteers, and have a good evening.